Monday, August 10th, 2020. The coronavirus is out of control. The current time in Baltimore, 12:35 a.m., Beirut, 7:35 a.m., Brussels, 6:36 a.m., and Singapore, 12:37 p.m. Here are the latest numbers from Worldometer. 20,254,685 people have been infected around the globe with COVID-19. 738,930 have died from the disease. 13,118,618 have recovered, 5% death rate. The rest are open cases awaiting an outcome. Cases in America have now surpassed the grim milestone of 5 million people. On CNN, the hope of mitigation is gone. We can no longer trace and isolate people who have been in contact with a recent positive test. All hope of defeating the coronavirus rests in a vaccine, a miracle cure that plays into President Trump's re-election plan. One where voter suppression keeps Americans from going to the polls to vote for a candidate that might just not be as bad. No enthusiasm for someone they believe in. Instead, the fear that they could catch COVID-19 and the hope that as soon as the election ends, a new vaccine could be available thanks to Trump. Difficult to believe that we were once wrapped up in the impeachment trial, the halls of Congress reflecting the thoughts of lawmakers' conscience as they voted on a historical charter. All the while this disease festering, it spreads so easy and it's deadly. That's the reason for all the precaution. At this time, COVID-19 can kill you, and there's nothing the medical profession can do except take steps to limit the spread. Locally, the worst fears could soon manifest in hospital intensive care units that are filled to capacity. We've already experienced an uptick in casualties to this war with the invisible foe. With crowded hospitals and every ventilator in use, we're likely to see the death toll rise. One other major fear the top doctors remind us of is the chance for mutation of this virus with the more infections recorded. Unchecked, there's no telling how deadly and infectious this disease could get. A sickness made for Hollywood killing more than 99% of the population, leaving people to scavenge on the post-apocalyptic landscape. There are now more tests available for people to take. They're more available without appointment, just a large drive-through area with test kits to see how many numbers can be tallied on the list. Yet I've also heard that the tests are defective. Sometimes you're sick and sometimes you're not. Plus, most people feel more comfortable working through an infection, even if it means killing someone at the office. Time to invest in an N95 mask. Always feel so uncomfortable in public. If my 6 feet of distance gets violated by a stranger at the store. It's like a Harry Potter tale as they morph into some sick spreading spirit. Get away from me are the new words of the spell broadcast in telepathy, a silent competition to survive the pandemic without catching a cold, as if that groups people into 2 different genetic pools. Looking through the blinds on the window at the walking dead in the street. Good God, when is this going to end with the summer burnt by exhaustion from a mental health crisis caused through a deep anxiety? This dwelling of fear in the darkest corner of some state in a union minding international relations as a leader in the world. Hope remains in the hemp revolution as a cure to all these ills. That plant can clean the air and the soil. That could also heal our hearts and minds. We have a chance to persevere in the face of this deadly disease without a cure or a vaccine. At times, it seems we even lack leadership. There's only one decision to make. Choose life.